Right. Right. I'm not having this. We're starting out aggro. We're starting out immediately aggro. Look, here's the deal. Here's the deal, gang. Did you... Okay, there we go. Right. The microphone's working. It says excellent connection. Is it on? Is it on? Is it working? Please, for the love of all things holy. Okay, the microphone should be back on now. Should be back on. Are we up? Are we here? Are we? Jesus Christ. Fuck me. Oh, I hate it. Thank you very much for joining at Acolyte, YT55. Why you would join this, I don't know. I don't know why you would join this. This is, it's a disaster. It's an immediate disaster. Do you know why I was late? I had to sort the camera out again. All the settings were, like, completely mangled. So, like, it was, the white balance was horrendous. It looked like I was a ghost. So I had to sort that out, like, super quick before I went live. Went live, immediate blue screen. So, here is like, you know those adverts they do for charity? For just one membership, you can contribute to replacing all my hard drives and SSDs. Because I'm 99% sure that is part of the problem. I'm 99% sure it's that. You can make Doreen talk. Someone's already made Doreen talk, which is incredibly generous. Thank you very much, Pem. Thank you for making Doreen talk. Obviously, she didn't come through. She didn't come through because it was frozen, because my PC died. This is the fundraising screen. This is the fundraising screen. This is what we're doing. This is the fundraising stream, even. Go wild with the super chats. Gift all the memberships. Help me out of this hell that I am in. It's so bad. It sucks. I hate it. Oh no, Orion. It works. No. Let's not get things twisted here. Hey, it works now. For this instant, yes, it does seem to be working. But I've been having issues with this for ages, and I thought I'd fixed it, and I clearly haven't because it just died again. I really thought I'd sorted it out, and I had not. I had not. Oh, welcome in, Matt P. Thank you very much for joining the gang. Very welcome in. Oh, God, let's get rid of the stream chat. No, we don't want that. Okay, technically. I don't want to be kept on my toes. I don't want to be kept on my toes. It's Lovac. I don't want that. I want to be comfortable.
Good day, evening to all. I am working, so will only be half watching.
Thank you very much, Jason. Good luck at work. I hope it is not too stressful. Yep, it's live on Twitch as well. Why am I doing it? Alright, I've got a question for you. And thank you very much, Hunter Johns. Thank you very much for that. I've got a question for you, gang, because I've just realised something. They're live on Twitch, right? They're live on Twitch. The thing is, they also go live on YouTube now, right? They also go live on YouTube now. I keep giving them my free sub on Twitch to not get adverts. Except I pay for YouTube Premium. So, what am I doing? What am I doing? That could go to someone else. That could go to someone else, and instead I'm giving it to the corporation. What? What am I doing with what is happening? Anyway. It could be the heat. Oh, it could be any number of things. All I know is that this PC is doing my head in, and I want to get rid of a lot of it. I want to get rid of all the drives. I want to get rid of all the drives. Get like a 2 terabyte NVMe because there's one slot on the motherboard for that. Nothing else in the PC is broken. It's all fine. It's all good. I just want to do that, right? I just want to do that. That's not where the hole is in that can. Yeah, but the Twitch Prime sub already gives them money. And I realise that this is a silly thing to say when I'm like surrounded by their models. But the fact is, I give them enough. Right? I give them enough. They don't need the extra. They don't need the Prime sub cash from me when I could just get no adverts by watching them on YouTube instead. You know? I mean, that's the fact of it. That is the fact of it. We're gonna put the old desktop audio on so we can hear him a bit later. Yeah, but it's part of buying Amazon Prime anyway, isn't it? Really, I don't want to give any of them money, but you know that's just where we are, isn't it? Yep, there's a rust here. I'm finishing painting that. I think that's pretty much done actually. I've nearly finished. I've nearly finished that one, and then I've just got like 3 or 4 more, and that entire Bane sword. Yeah. See, that's the things are. I should be doing that. I should be giving it to a small streamer. That's the way to go. You got to support small streamers. What if we kiss the Lehman Russ? Oh, in the Lehman. That makes way more sense, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to start actually badgering you now. Because there's 350 of you here, and there's 86 likes. That's the free one. That's the free bit. You don't have to do anything for that. You just have to click something. That's literally all you have to do. Come on. Get it together. And the thing is as well, I've been called out on doing that, by the way, before. Where people have gone, you shouldn't badger people to like the stream. Do you know what? When I'm in other people's streams, the first thing I say when I show up, if the likes aren't high enough, is I tell the people watching other people that they're bad at watching streams and they should like it. So I don't even just do it for me. I do it for anyone that I watch. I have no loyalty. I'm just against the viewer, apparently. Oh, thank you very much, Chris A. That is very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. If you've just got a membership of Chris A, then please do remember to say thank you. And oh, Cube 1359. Ritual is for 2 months. What a hero. Love it. Loving your work. So I'm actually going in. Yeah, I'm doing my part. Dog democracy. Gif. I actually have steered almost entirely clear of any sort of like rumours or leaks or anything like that for this. So I have no idea what's coming. I've got no clue. And I'm actually quite looking forward to... I'm preferring that. I'm preferring not seeing stuff before I see it. I don't know how else you could even phrase that. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? I don't seeing stuff before I see it. I don't know how else to... Yeah, that. Not being spoiled. Not being spoiled. I've immediately lost my mind. The catastrophe that occurred straight off the bat. Also, there was like 170 people waiting and an immediate blue screen. And I was like, well, there we go. Everyone's gone. That's it. Everyone's gone. Who's going to stick around for this? Those of you who stuck around, absolute legends. I can't believe you did. Why would you? It was just... I mean, this has been live for what? 20 minutes? It was like 10 minutes of just my stupid face. Stuck. It's not great, is it? It's not a great start. Anyway. Lincoln, I forgot to like. Thank you for the reminder. See, this is... It's worth doing. I don't really do it in the videos. I keep the videos mostly free of that sort of thing, which I shouldn't, because I'm only hurting myself. But nah, that's fair, Joshua. That is fair. I started playing a song in another tab, and you returned and started talking during a quiet part. I mean, I'm just great at timing, apparently. I started following you after watching Drizzle Path. I can wait for... Jesus, that was a long time ago. In the gym, so... Oh, I mean, I tell you what. That's dedication. I think I would need something more high energy than me. In the gym. I think I'd need something more high energy than that. I'm not going to lie. I would require more than me. GW just turned the chat off? No, did they do it on? Wait, did they do it on Twitch as well? Let's find out. Hang on, let's see if they did it on Twitch. Chat can be opened. 22 months. Oh yeah, no, whatever. No, get lost. Go away. I don't care about that. Oh, it's in slow mode. Oh, mind you, you can't turn it off in Twitch, can you? You can't turn it off in Twitch. Hype train. A hype train. They're worth $1 billion. Anyway. Yeah. The old Valve method of pay to speak. That's the thing. It's not actually live. It's not actually live. Matthew, what you missed for the AOS one was some Skaven. You missed some Stormcast Eternals. There were 75 models. No, 74 models, wasn't it? 74 in the box, and 89 panning shots at various times. That's basically what you missed. I tell you what, we're honing in here. Oh yeah, some sleep. We definitely missed some sleep. So we started streaming at midnight. The actual reveals were over by about 1:15. Because the stream started at 1 AM, and the actual models were pretty much done by the 1:15 mark. And then I failed to get to sleep for hours afterwards. I don't know why. I just couldn't get to sleep. So that trashed me. That absolutely trashed me. It was not the best. Also, on Monday, I'm not sure whether we're going to do it morning or whether we might do an evening stream. On Monday, we are going to watch the first ever game of AOS 4 that's been broadcast, which is the one where they did the spearhead with the two wrestlers. Because I've heard from several people that it's, as debuts for your new game goes, it's not the best. It's not the best that they could have managed. That there are a few issues going on. So I really want to check it out. So I figured what we'd do is we'd do it live. We'd do a little watch along. We'd stream watching the game, and I want to see why people are dissatisfied. I want to see whether it's justified. I want to see whether it's things that could have been easily solved, whether there was any sort of issue. Did you hear what happened to Sotek? He fell asleep on stream. Wow. Wow, that must have been quite the exciting battle report if people are falling asleep to it. Oh, amazing. Show us you Ross. Bit suggestive, but I'll let you off. There you go. One Lehman Russ Executioner, I believe, with the plasma. Still a bit to do. Also, don't look at the bottom. Bottom's terrible, because I haven't painted it, because I don't care, because I'm not turning it upside down, because who does that? So, got the plasma cannon, and it's technically got 2 sponsons as well. But I didn't want 2 sponsons. I wanted 2 plasma cannons, so that's what I did. It's got a bunch of hazard stripe cables, because, you know, you've strapped 2 plasma cannons to your tank. You've got to power it somehow. I've done a similar thing with the Punisher, actually. You know, let me grab the Punisher. Come here, Punisher. Got way more to do on this one, but I've done a similar thing. This is a Punisher cannon with 3 heavy bolters. So obviously, I gave it 2 Punisher cannons. Yeah. Oh, holy shit. Okay, let me put the... The tank says thank you. What the... 20 gifted memberships. Lugubrious Crumhorn. You lovely soul. What are you doing? That's a lot. That's a lot. Thank you so much. That's... I don't know how to respond to niceness of that level. That's really, really kind of you. Thank you so much. Best name and best person, apparently. I absolutely love that. The name always gets me. It's every single time. And I say it every time, but that's because it never gets old. I want to name one of my models Lugubrious Crumhorn. That's got to be a Necromunda Ganger name, right? That's got to be... Oh, but who would... What gang would have Lugubrious Crumhorn? Okay, I'm gonna build an entire gang just out of calling one of them that. That's what I'm going to do. That will be my tribute to you. You might not want that tribute. You might not want it. I would totally understand if you didn't want that. The noble house of Crumhorn. Hell yes. The noble house of Crumhorn. Everyone's like Cawdor. Everyone's just immediately on Cawdor. Van Sar. I keep bouncing around. I actually want to rename all the tiers for stuff because I don't think the cult thing fits the channel really. I was just didn't know what to do at the time. The Girth Gang. I mean, I should just lean into that, shouldn't I? But yeah, thank you so much, Crumhorn. That's amazing. Thank you. I don't know what to do now. I'm all like, I don't know what to do. Would Mahogany Staircase make a comeback? Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely. Yeah, Mahogany Staircase. And Grease Mito. Okay, we've got 2 minutes. We've got 2 minutes. Yeah, Crumhorn should be the highest rank. Sir Lugubrious Crumhorn, to you. That would be the way to do it, wouldn't it? It's the only words they ever say. That's Sir. And then, kill someone. Just painting up my second Crumhorn Raider. I'm in on this idea now. I presented it as something of a I would understand if you don't want this, but now I really want it. Decide on the girthiest model. I mean, I like that. Hand out the Girth Award. Now, something we do have, I don't know whether I'll use it, because I felt like it got a bit ridiculous yesterday. Because we did have this. We had the pan count. We had the pan count of 89 and that one shot of all the models facing off. But I felt like that got a bit silly because of how many there were. I don't know if we'll do that this time. We may well. I'm going to hide it for now. If we're feeling in the mood for a bit of pan counting, then we'll bring it back. But you're right, British Rex. It was ridiculous. It was a bit Adeptus ridiculous. But yes, if you've just been gifted by Lugubrious Crumhorn, please do say thank you. There were so many. You would die. You would die if you did a shot for every pan. I mean, 89 last time. Mental. I don't drink anymore, and I'm pretty sure that I was getting drunk just by thinking about how drunk that would make you. The best model tonight gets the Crumhorn Award of X. Oh, yeah. You know what? That is an even better idea. Oh, here we go. Let's... We're going to have some music first.
Welcome to
No, we're
the
not.
Warhammer preview show. Yes, we're back with a whole host of reveals. My name's Lewis, and I'll be your host for the show, bringing you all the latest.
Can you hear that
releases
okay,
from
you
the
lot? Can you
Warhammer
hear it?
universe. All you need to do is sit back, relax, and get excited.
Oh, I will,
Easy.
Lewis. I will.
So, without further ado, let's kick things off with our first reveal.
I'm muting the music because I always get copyright claimed. No one else bloody does. It's just me. Mind you, we don't necessarily need the sound anyway because we've got the subtitles. So we've got new Sisters of Battle. We've got a... Ooh, okay. New Seraphim Squad? Why have we got a new The Seraphim Squad we've already got, haven't we? The banner looks great. Oh, okay. So, Canoness with jump pack. Nice. She looks good. She does look good. Yeah, Codex as well. Just a strong purge the heretic at the end there.
Codex and a Battle Force
Okay, there we
2.
go.
I'm joined by Stu and Josh from the Warhammer Studios to talk all things Adeptus Sororitas. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us. Always
Yeah, no
good to be
worries.
here.
Pleasure to have you. So let's jump straight in then. Chat a little bit about the Codex
Okay.
and what players can expect to experience from the Sisters of Battle.
I'm assuming it's just
so
the
for
one
people who
then,
don't
just the
know,
one model.
the
Hello,
elite,
Synergy, how you
forces
doing?
of the Ecclesiarchy, so the kind of imperial faith, a whole warrior sisterhood,
So not-
equipped in power
not-
armor,
not just the
and
one
this
model.
is
Okay, that's
yeah,
cool.
a really great codex and a great miniature release for them.
Nice. And they've got some new detachments as well. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so
I mean,
now,
that was
of course, with
already.
the indexes, you get one detachment.
Yes, it is just
in
the one.
codex,
It's
you've now got
confusing the way they
4
frame
different
that.
detachments to play through.
Technically, we've
one
already
of the
got Pam.
detachments stays
already
very
have-
similar
do
to the
we-
index. So if that's how you loved
Do we
playing your
do
Sisters
it?
Army, you can continue to enjoy it.
If there's
But
another
with
one
now
in like 2
3
seconds,
new ways
we're
to
going to
play,
turn the pan
you will
counter
focus
on.
on different types of units depending on your flavour.
Oh, okay, very nice. We've also got a new miniature too, the Canoness
Yeah, there we
jump
go.
pack.
I mean,
Alongside
to be
that
fair,
Battle
that is
Force.
a
Can you
nice,
tell us
that is a
little
nice
bit about
miniature.
that?
I don't mind
Yeah,
the
so
pose either.
Canonesses are
There's
the
something
kind
a
of
bit
fighting leaders
Harold World
of the Sisters
Claimer
of
about
Battle.
it.
Now we have one with a jump pack.
Yeah.
So she can
There's already
lead
been
Seraphim
4.
and Zephyrim into battle.
Oh, I
And
mean,
she's
there's-
actually
that's kind of
ties
another
in
one
nice
as well,
with
isn't
she
it?
was one of the detachments.
Yeah, so I mean, there's an Army of Faith
Do we-
detachment, and what that lets you do is you can do more acts of faith, and also the theme behind it is that
Do we
angelic
turn it
host.
on?
So the jump back units, their strats mean that
That
they
is-
have like
that is
auras
a nice
which
model.
buff sisters
That is a
nearby.
nice
So it's
model.
that like they see an angelic figure and it inspires them
angelic
back
figure
to
inspires
do
them.
greater
Yeah, all
feats.
right.
Yeah, so that whole battle force is themed around that new Canoness and that new detachment all kind of working
I
together.
mean, this is kind of making me
on the
want a
battlefield.
bunch of them,
And it's a really cool
but
kit
that's
as well.
because
There's
I'm
some like
fickle.
awesome options there. Can you chat us through a couple of
That's
like, the
because I'm
different options,
fickle.
different variant
Yeah, so she's got a
builds?
couple of different weapon options,
Yeah.
hasn't she? She's got the like two-handed halberd,
There's-
which I think is the
Oh,
kind of
we've
got
got-
loads of individual things, and then she's got the power sword.
Big
that you
old,
see
the
on
big
front
old
of the
axe
box.
looks
Yes.
solid.
That's like the generic weapon, isn't it? You can
Yeah,
can do
that's like your
either.
mid-range. You can,
Yeah.
can
Alright,
ta-
I'm gonna
target
have to
most
do it.
types of
I'm
units,
gonna
and then
make it
also she can have a
smaller.
pistol at the same time with the power weapon. So if she wants to
Got
add
to
a
do
bit
it.
of
There's
shooting
so
to
many
the
of them.
Seraphim
How many
unit,
has it been
they're
now?
more of
It's
a
been
shooting
like-
unit.
we're gonna
She
be
can join
conservative
them.
and
Whereas
say there's
probably
been
if she's going for the
8.
two-handed weapon options, she's probably going straight
The
for combat
haircut
in
is-
those builds.
Okay,
Suspect,
nice. So
yeah.
chat to us a bit about the Battle
haircut
Force
is
as well, because no
suspect.
Canoness is complete without the Battle Force. So talk to us a bit about those.
So as Josh was saying, it's kind of themed around that angelic host idea.
Yes.
So a load of Seraphim, Zephyrim,
God, the
and
Exorcist
then
is
it's got
so
the Exorcist
good.
as well, hasn't it? Just so
Such
it's
a
got
good
some
tank.
kind of long-range punch.
Yeah, to give you some options other than just charging headlong at the opponent, you've got some range as well. But I mean, the great thing for us is because the Canoness
Final
now
goal is
has a brand
96.
new option. Those angelic units only had
It's
Saint
true, the
Celestine before
Sisters
that could
of
lead
Battle,
them, and
generally
she was an epic
speaking-
hero, so you can only take one. Whereas now you
mean,
can
they
take
don't-
multiple if you want to.
they
multiple
don't do
Canonesses
well
with jump
for
packs,
haircuts,
leading your host of
do they?
angelic figures.
Really?
Yeah, you can really lean into that particular detachment,
Yeah.
can't you? And as Josh was saying earlier, there's a couple of other detachments. There's the Penitent Host, isn't there, which is the kind of archo-flagellants.
Yeah, if you want
That's
to punish
technically
yourself
two.
and you're like, oh, that's the, okay, I'm going to go down
Go.
the penitent route, or you want to go
I'm
down
not
all
going
the
to
walkers
count
they have.
the ones
There's
of just
also
the
a detachment
just
if
the
you
the
have
model
lore
on a
and
grey background.
The Sisters of Battle rely heavily on bolters, melter, and flamer weaponry. There's a detachment that's built all around, bringing those
I probably
weapons
should,
to bear.
but I'm not going to.
And then also, as I said, there's,
gonna be
if you like
conservative here.
playing as you currently do, that's still
Yeah, I
fully
really want them to
supported
just
as
do a
well.
full,
Yeah, and they still
like,
have
here is
Faith,
the
don't they?
entire
That's still their
battle
army
full
rule,
shot. That would be nice.
Which is kind of tweaked and updated from the index, but still very similar.
That would
So
be
there's
nice.
lots of
I
things there that kind of
really-
existing Sisters of Battle players will
I really
find
hope they've done a
familiar,
bit more
but also
to
some
it.
great new
Like,
things that the new Canoness kind of
I feel like
opens up, some
Custodian's
new
got
ways of
absolutely
playing as well.
shafted with their
One
codex.
thing I
really
really
hope
want
the
to know
Sisters
is
of
some
Battle
of
don't
your
have
top
the same
highlights
issue.
from the Battle
'cause,
Force or the Codex,
rough.
or both.
I mean, for me, it has to be the new Canoness. I mean,
Yeah,
just that
yeah,
there's
yeah.
such a cool model, the weapon options.
I mean,
I think there's
It
lots
would
of
have
choice
to be the
between
new
all, but
Canoness
the
anyway,
Halberd
because
is
it's
gonna
the
be the
only
winner
new
for me.
thing
Just
that
looks
they've
so cool. So.
got.
Yeah, I think
So-
for me there's a spread in the codex which kind of
Double pan.
shows, I guess, the kind of organisation of the Adeptus Sororitas, and I think it's really interesting when you get to see kind of how your miniatures on the battlefield kind of fit
I'm not
into
gonna count
kind of
those.
a wider structure of like a
not
military
gonna- I'm not
force.
gonna count them.
And the guy's done a really
I'm
good
feeling
job
Jeff-
of kind of
no.
presenting that and kind of showing how it all kind of fits together into the kind of the structure overall of the Sisters of Battle. So I think that's a really neat feature of the book.
Nice. Well, Stu, Josh, thank you ever so much for coming in to chat to us
I have
about
that
all
haircut
things
when-
Sisters of Battle.
I was 13.
Don't go anywhere, Warhammer fans. We'll be right back with some more news from the 41st millennium.
I'm glad that's the entire point of this show. Okay. Bit Genestealer Cults, let's go. So that was 16. Now, I'm not counting the ones in the trailers, right? It's the ones in the interviews that I'm counting. The trailers are their own thing. I'm leaving the trailers alone. That looks great. That looks great. That's horrible. Okay, they've sold me on the the Benefactus. That looked class. Absolutely class. I'm loving that. Big old That is some
This was
galaxy
enough.
brain.
The Genestealer Cults emerge from
Shit
out
right
of the
there.
shadows to reveal one and a
What if
Battle
the brain
Force
bugs-
box too.
Yes,
We're
it
back
is-
with
it
Stu
is
and
that. It's
Josh
what if
from
the
the
brain
Warhammer studio to
bugs were
talk
a
all
bloke.
things Genestealer Cults. Guys, welcome back.
Yeah, nasty in a good way.
Yeah.
Let's jump
100%
straight
agree.
back in and chat about the
100%
Genestealer
agree.
Cults Codex. What can players experience with this one?
Also,
So
yeah,
it's,
was that
super
new art
fun
on the front of that
codex.
codex?
I think it's got some of the most interesting
'Cause,
kind of rules mechanics and things in it. I think
Yes.
with the kind of cut
It's
ambush and
nice
the way
to
that
see.
works is super interesting.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most unique army rules
Yeah.
in the game at the moment. So units popping up, then you think you finally dealt with them as an opponent,
so
and then they
taking
come
a
back
drink.
again.
Don't hit me with the pan whilst I'm
It
drinking.
makes for a new challenge, definitely.
Yeah, we really wanted to kind of capture that feeling of like a guerrilla war. You know, so
14 out of
your
23
opponents kind
days,
of stumbled
jeez, now
into this
characters.
plot that the Genestealer Cultists have been working on for for eons. That suddenly comes to
was gonna
fruition.
say, I feel
so
like-
really
I
trying
feel
to capture
like
that both in terms
you
of the
could argue that
background of the
maybe-
book, all the artwork
Maybe
and stuff, but also
Genestealer Cults
really
have got
importantly with your
quite
toy
a
soldiers
lot
on-
of characters
on the
to choose
tabletop.
from already.
Trying
But
to give it that
I'm
kind
not.
of, yeah,
I'm not a Genestealer Cults
guerrilla
player,
warfare
so
feel.
Yeah, nice. And with the
know.
Codex, there's a couple of new detachments
There's
as
another
well.
one,
Can you talk
19.
us through some of those?
Yeah, so over to you, Josh.
Yeah, so there's 5
This is the
attachments
major
in the new
issue
book. So
when
again,
what they want
if
to
you
do
love how
is
your
they
current
want to,
index
like-
plays, there is one of the detachments still fits that
They
theme
only want to do
and will let
one
you continue to
character
enjoy how
for
you
a
play.
codex.
But
Like they
what
only
we've also
want
tried
to do
give you
one
is
thing for a new
wide
codex,
variety
so
of
then they
units
can
that
put
you
that
now
thing
use
in with a
different
battle
ways.
force
So
to
be
celebrate
that
release new
you really
codex.
like the bikes and you
But
want to play like an
it's
outrider
so frequently
force,
it's just
and you're sort of
here's
circling around your opponent. You want to
another
focus
character.
on combat
Here's another
heavy and hitting really hard with aberrants
Oh,
and
Lord,
pure strange
let's
Genestealers.
have it.
You want to swarm over your opponent
oh my
with
God.
hybrids
But
and
you have
again
time to-
drag them down in combat. There's that. There's
I mean,
lots
the
of different
doubles
ways to
count
play
as
in the
two.
book.
I'm not
One
going
of
to
my
change
favourites
that.
is the Brood Brothers.
Yeah.
So where you're kind of Genestealer Cult have kind of infiltrated the local kind of PDF forces or an Imperial Guard
Genestealer
regiment.
Cults have-
So players can still
They
feel
are-
that as
they
well. I
are
think there's
actually.
some really
They
interesting
are.
stuff in the book around that. You've got a little hobby section near the end showing you how you can kind of convert up your models to kind of show that they've kind of gradually taken over the Imperial Guard from the inside.
The option is
which
2
super
troop
fun.
cruisers,
There's
2
a ton of
elite, 1
options as
tank,
well.
1
Yeah, and
transport,
that's
1
from
fast
the
attack
rules point.
option,
That's a really
but
cool
we
way
have
of doing it as well. 'Cause what
14
we've
assorted
a lot of the
characters.
allies normally are a much smaller part of your force, whereas with this codex, what it's allowed
When
us
it's-
to do is
oh.
up to half of your army can be in
Man.
Astra Militarum units. So that really lets you customize your force. If you've wanted to design an Imperial Guard force, it maybe is not
We
quite
turn the stream
as,
down a bit. I mean, to
as
be
loyal
fair,
to the
we've
Emperor
got
as they once were.
captions,
You
so
can
it's
now
not the
do
end of
that,
the world if they're a
to
bit
full effect.
quieter.
Yeah, super fun.
So we've also got a brand new miniature to accompany the battle force. Can you tell us a bit about
The big brain
benefits
looks
of-
solid though.
Yeah,
The big brain
benefits are
does
so-
look really
Genestealers
good.
Are quite an interesting.
It does
kind
look
of
really
thing in
good.
the sense that they kind of infiltrate other species. Kind
Really
of life cycles.
grotesque.
Yeah.
I like
So
the
some
combination
them,
of.
the
I
Genestealers
like the
look
combination
very
of like the
human and
more
can kind of like wander through society and no one really notices.
human body,
And
but
as the
then
cycle
they've
goes
got the
on, sometimes they
carapace
kind
going
of
over the
get these
top of
mutants and these
the
other kind of
brain.
things that appear.
That's
The
that's
benefits
that's
I
that's
think,
a
would
that is a
definitely
class
struggle to
miniature.
kind of-
That
yeah,
looks
you can see all
really
the Imperial
really nice.
Society with his giant brain.
I want to see more
so
stuff
he's a
like
really, really
this.
fun new character. He's essentially
really wanna
like
see
an
more stuff
anti-tank
like
kind
that.
of,
Got that like a
mental
bit of
brain
body horror
blasting
going on.
kind of creature, isn't he? Is what he does.
Yeah, so I mean,
I like
he
that.
now has one of the strongest guns in the arsenal because he's just
Yeah, you know
mind
what
blasts
Ruskins
them,
is,
and so
yeah.
it's very good. It gives you a new option as
Nice,
a Genestealer Cult player to tackle those either big monsters or big vehicles.
Nice to have another female
and
character,
What he
to be
also
honest.
does, so he has sort of a dual role. He also
It's the
gives
Genestealer
unity
Cults, they don't
during
care.
single hit, which again is a
It
great way of.
it doesn't make any
now
difference
a
to them.
unit can try and tackle maybe one of those big
Yeah,
tough
the new
units that he
carapace
couldn't
over the
do
brain
before.
is really
so really
good.
that's how he synergizes into the army. He goes, okay, how can I crack big tough targets? The Benefactors is now opening up a brand new option for me.
Because this is the thing as well. It's like
psionic power.
Yes, yeah.
exactly. And it's one of those
with,
things for
with
like
the
Genestealer
kind of
stuff's quite
proliferation of
mysterious, and
characters,
these
it's
kind
not
of
like they don't
mutants appear
bring
in the
anything
kind of Genestealer
to the
life
armies
cycle
they're
kind of when
in.
they're
It
needed.
just
And
feels
so
like
no one's
there's a
quite sure, like,
surplus of
how does that
options,
work?
but
How do
only
we
for
know?
one
Now's the time
specific
to kind of deploy that particular
one specific
type of
like
character.
part of the
So,
army.
yeah, really fun new bit of background, fabulous new miniature, great new tool.
And I
for the
think
game, isn't
when
it?
it comes
Chat
to
to us
like
a bit about the battle
like
force as well,
bloat
so
codex
tell us
Yeah, so
bloat
he's in
having
that,
too many
which is
units,
great, of course,
you
yeah.
can
And
still
that
just
battle force is
have
actually
too
themed
much
with
of
one of the
one
detachments,
thing.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Even
so
if the
again,
codex
we
as
talked
a
about one of
whole
the
isn't
detachments
overly
now,
bloated,
the
you can still have too many
aberrants
options.
and the pure strange Genestealers, and if you really want to do that like hard-hitting combat,
The two
this
Goliaths
is, battle
is
force is built around that. So you get
fine
aberrants in
choice.
there, you get pure strange Genestealers, and you get some
Genestealer
support
Cults is one of
units
those
as well.
armies that I really,
And finally,
really like the
before
look
we-
of,
before
but
we
I
wrap
just don't
up,
know if
tell
I
us a
have the
little bit about
patience
some
to to
raw
paint them all.
highlights like from the Codex and the Battle Force box as well.
Because
You can
it
have a
feels
good
like
idea
you need a
what one
good
you
chunk
might
of them,
pick.
you know.
The big brain has to be
gotta
the
be,
win
right?
for me. I mean, I think the miniature's so cool, and
Yeah, it
I mean,
really
it
is,
just
yeah.
it's so iconic, really, for me. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple for me. I think obviously the Benefactor system.
Hey,
cool.
welcome in, Jason.
The game's development
That
team
was
have
like
done a
another
great job
one
of
or two,
capturing the
wasn't
different
it?
ways of playing through the detachments. I really like the Brood Brothers detachment. I think it's really interesting, and I quite like the idea of a whole army that looks like a bit like an Imperial Guard army. But
See, this is the thing as well.
is-
all of
isn't.
like
Yeah, I
the
think
kind
that's
of
really fun.
undercover
Really
guard.
pleased that we've been able to get
Really
some
like
of the
that.
kind of conversion.
I say
that we
undercover,
kind of
you know what I
tipped
mean.
in the book that kind of show people how they can do that with their miniatures.
Well, Stu, Josh, thank you ever so much for coming into the studio. to chat
Imagine
to us
seeing a
a
dude
little
with
bit about the
basketball-sized
Genestealer
head
Cults. We
with
can't wait
carapace
for
on
you
it and
to
just
arrive very
accepting
soon.
it as a Hive City civilian.
Some awesome announcements there, straight out of the 41st millennium.
That's
now, I've got a feeling our Horus
no,
Heresy
don't worry
fans
about
are
that.
going
That's
to really
Jeff.
enjoy this
That's
next
Jeff.
part.
He's always looked like
Let's
that.
check out some news straight from
Don't
Mars.
worry about it. It's all good. Right, mute that. Ooh, hello. We've got a fancy hat. Ooh, oh. Oh my God, the names. Oh, Jesus, what even was that? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. We've got a problem. The Thalax and the Thanatar are also plastic. Oh God. This is an issue. I'm not going to have any money. Right in the wallet. They have sniped my bank account. They have sniped it. Oh God. I can't even concentrate on the panning. God damn it. I'm happy because like the Mechanicum is like the best line for Horus Heresy. I don't care. Fight me. I don't give a shit if you don't agree. It's the best. It's objectively it looks the best. But
So there's also some new kits in plastic arriving as well for loyalists.
I've
and
never
traitors alike.
like
Can you tell
even
us a
gone
little
near
bit
it
more
because it's so
about
goddamn
those?
expensive.
Yeah,
And
so all of these kits have been with us for quite a long time in resin.
Oh God, it's gonna
but
be
it was good to
so
get the opportunity
painful. It's gonna hurt
to
so
rework
much.
them
It's gonna be so
in,
sad.
in plastic and take advantage of the opportunities that
Look,
process
we're
gives
really
us.
we're gonna have to
So
really
talk to me a
pump
bit
up
more
those
about that
super
process,
chats
in terms of
and
sort of
memberships,
refreshing
gang.
that
We're gonna
range,
have to
like from
because
resin to
I
plastic.
need.
What's that like?
Yeah, well, both processes
I'm not
have,
going to be able to afford my
quite different
children,
limitations and
like to feed
advantages.
them,
So
to
you
clothe
have quite a lot
them,
of freedom with resin, where you don't
to
have
get
worry
them
about
anywhere
the
because it's
tool.
all going to go on
Lots of
Mechanicum
undercuts and things like that.
and
So they're not necessarily
I need
the
the help.
designs to.
I need the help.
You probably wouldn't have made them
It's
that way
gonna
in the
be
first
rough.
place if you knew you were making them as a plastic
Okay,
kit.
yes.
But then that gives you actually quite an interesting challenge when you do turn around to do that. The most difficult part is probably breaking them down into their
They look
component
so
forms, because
good.
In resin, you end up with a
They
kind of
look
a small
so
number
good.
of large, complex components, whereas in plastic you have to end
Oh
up with a
man!
larger number of
So
smaller,
it would look like an
less complex components.
Archmagos Prime, I think is what it said
But,
for
it
the
gives you
for the new guy.
opportunities to do things as well, like for
All the
example,
other stuff
in the,
is. Yeah,
in
so we've got the Thanatar.
the
See, the Thanatar is
plasma,
one of the coolest things they've
what that's
ever
called.
made.
Plasma bombard.
It's one of the
was always
coolest things they've
intended to sort of
ever
open like a
made.
flower when it fires.
Okay.
But we couldn't give you two
And now
parts
it's in
resin
plastic.
because it adds too much to the cost of the kit.
Oh,
Whereas on
dear.
plastic,
Oh.
if you have the frame space, you get the opportunity to add in those optional parts, so you can get a bit more variety
Good
when
lord.
you build your collection.
Good lord.
Nice. Well, you guys have done an absolutely fantastic job with them as well. So talk us
I'm
through
gonna do.
what's on the table and this range
What am I
refresh from
going to do?
Mechanicum.
So what you can see on the table
What am
is
I going to
partly
do?
what is in the new
It's
Battle
so
Force box
bad.
for the Mechanicum.
It's so
You
bad.
have
The
6
immediate.
Thalax,
I literally
you have
felt
a
my heart to
Triaros
start to
armoured
like.
carrier, you
I
have
immediately
2
felt
Castellax,
issues. I was starting to have a
you
coronary
also
event.
have 20
I was
text
just like,
rules,
oh no.
and in addition
look at
to
them.
the contents of the box,
Look how
you
good
have a
they
new
look.
Archmagos model and a redesign.
Oh Jesus
of the
Christ,
Thanatar.
Lugubrious!
Nice.
What are you
So
doing?
let's highlight these, the infantry then. Talk to us a little bit more about those text rules.
Okay, so the opportunity was taken here to
Okay,
bring a little bit more
that's-
in line with the original background
I-
for them.
I can't
adding a
accept
lot
people
more
being
of that
nice to
kind
me.
of
I don't know how to
shambling
deal with
undead
it.
Feel, you know, if you look closely at them, then they have a lot of like
That's-
disjointed limbs, dragged feet.
I
that
would
kind of
argue
stuff.
possibly
so they've got a lot more
too
character
generous.
than the old resin versions. Otherwise, they've tried to keep quite.
Thank
true
you- thank you
to-
so
to the
much,
originals
Lugubrious. That's amazing.
in the original models in concept, at least, you know. Just
Again,
an
if
opportunity
you've just
to
got
update and improve
a gifted
from resin
membership
to
from
plastic.
So we've got
Sir
the Archmagos on
Lugubrious
the table.
Crumhorn,
Will, what
then
can you tell us about this?
do remember
So yeah,
to say
this
thank
guy's
you.
a new model altogether. The main goal was to try and differentiate the Mechanicum from the Adeptus Mechanicus that you
That's
find in
insane.
40K.
Thank you so
They do
much.
look very familiar.
Spend it on cool
but there's things like they're a
Mechanicum just
little
straight
bit
away.
like
It's just
lighter
like,
feeling,
right,
less of the
let's,
layered carapace armor, and slightly different look to their
Let's get
equipment.
all the
So,
Thanatars.
For example, this character's got a
What
stave,
did you
whereas
do?
normally you'd see
Well,
a
I
lot of
bought three.
axes,
I
you know,
bought
that kind
however
of
many
thing.
Thanatars I could
yeah,
fit into
that's
it.
the main goal.
Well, Quinn, Will, thank you so much for popping in to chat to us about all
I'm
things
all about
Mechanicum. We're
just.
super
Can you
excited
have an
for them
army
to
of
arrive in
Thanatars?
the
I would
Horus
argue that you
Heresy.
should be
Thanks so
allowed
much.
one.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thanks.
Don't go anywhere because we've
I
got
missed
lots
how
more
many
coming
pans
for
there
the
were.
Horus
I was
Heresy
too busy.
right after this.
I was too. No. We're going to say 43. Yeah, I totally missed any pans there. Specialist Studio just rumming it in that they can release an army with more than one plastic kit at a time. Oh, wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. Apocalypse Force entirely composed of Thanatars. I mean, it would be quality. The devastation of the wallet. It's yeah, sure, it's fine. You can take a Thanatar as an HQ with auto reductor. I had no idea. That's insane and brilliant. They've got a bigger range than the Voter. Problem is, it's not necessarily untrue. Right, sorry, gang.
Legion
I
attacking the Imperial Muster
I have to
World
mute
of
them for the
Talon.
music because I always get
that's such a
copyright claim.
large-scale
No one
campaign,
else does,
we don't have
which
the
is
scope to go into that in any detail in a
incredibly
single book.
interesting.
Okay.
But
So instead, the
I always
devastation
do,
of
so I
Talon
have to
focuses
mute
on the
whilst they're doing the
opening
trailers,
steps
otherwise I get hit with
of
stuff.
the battle, which sets the
It's
stage
garbage,
for the
but there you
later
go.
campaign. So that involves the Iron Warrior's initial attack on the world, the guerrilla war that emerges.
I'll be honest,
in the
I
aftermath as
initially
the
was like, oh
fight
yeah,
on the
tiny
surface
tanks.
and armored vehicles,
Like,
and finally, the main
Imperialis,
focus
let's
of the
go.
book,
And then I
which
just
is a conflict known as
really,
the fall of the Sapphire City, which is the first large-scale surface engagement.
I just
in which
never
the Iron Warriors
fully
deploy
went for
en masse to counter
it. It's
loyalist
like I wanted to
reinforcements.
do loads of tiny
Okay, so
tanks.
as always with a,
but then
new
I just
campaign book
was
brings
like,
some new
oh,
and
but then
exciting ways to play.
I just
using
don't know if I'm
Imperialis.
ever
Can you
going
tell us
to
a little bit
use them.
more
Like
about that as
all
well?
the
So,
tanks
the devastation
up
of
there,
Talon
I know I'm going to
expands on
use.
the
Like all this
Warfront
stuff I do, I
campaign
know I'm
system
going to
presented in
use.
Great
But for
Slaughter.
the
These
for
include
Imperialis,
things
it
like
just
the
was
Breakthrough
never
campaign, in
really
which two
fully.
players each have a stronghold.
I just was
and
never.
fight a series of linked
I couldn't get
battles
enough
with a push and
investment
pull
to
mechanic
actually
to try and
buy
breach their
anything.
opponent's stronghold.
You know?
You have environmental special rules to
Like there's been little
reflect
things
the
here and
horrifying
there
toxic
where.
environment of Talon. You have a battle honor system.
Oh, you
that
know what,
allows you
J-Bond?
to
Hang on, let
upgrade
me
units that
scroll back
performed
up. I
well throughout
think
the
I.
campaign. And
I'm
finally,
not
there's a new
sure.
system called Formations
Oh, I
and
can't
Legend,
scroll back
which allows
far
you to
enough.
recreate
I meant to-
specific formations and divisions.
Because you
from
renewed,
the
didn't you? Did
narrative
you
of the
join or
book.
renew?
Can
You
you
did
tell us a
one of the
little bit
two,
about
but I was
some of the
panicking
miniatures
because
that we
everything
might see
died
sort of
so
alongside that
badly.
campaign book as well?
So
And then
both
I
the
never
Space
got back
Marine
round to
Legions
it, I
and the Solar
apologise.
Auxilia get reinforcements alongside the book. For the Space
It was
Marines,
the drip
these are the
release and
Sikaran
slow stocking
Punisher,
that
the
killed it.
Sikaran Arcus,
Yeah,
the Saber Strike Tank, and the Termite.
man.
On the Solar Auxilia side,
It's
you
just-
have a whole bunch of new Leman and
just
Rust
never
variants,
really-
as well as the Shadow Sword, the Storm Sword, and the
The
Storm
investment
Blade.
just wasn't there. You know,
Also
you need
included in the
to
book are a
have
number
that
of new
drive. I
formations that
think
allow
I've
you
just
to
missed another
field
couple.
these different detachments
I'm
in
missing
your
ones,
existing
and I
Legion
still
Imperialis
think that the
armies.
number of
Now, Dan, so
shots
new
of
campaign
things
book,
moving from side to
which
side
often
is too
gives you the
much.
opportunity to
Like
change
I'm
some
missing
of the
stuff,
colour
and I'm
schemes, that's
still
something
finding
you've
it to be a
done. So
bit
tell us
much.
a bit about that.
So I think it's an exciting time to be a painter when the campaign book comes around. 'cause
Yeah.
This is the
actually,
thing, though, Orion. It
you
is
get an
massive numbers of
opportunity to
tanks,
explore the other legions
which
that we have
technically you
to
don't
actually
need a
take the
reason
opportunity
for.
to go
But the
to
fact is
Imperial
that
and
I
Iron
can
Warriors are sort of
use
main
other
two,
massive tanks,
Legion
and
colour
I would.
schemes both
I
pose
really
different
enjoy
challenges to one
painting
another,
stuff
so
at
an
like
Imperial
this
base can be
scale,
quite
right?
neat, and you've got quite a bright
This
colour,
is
so when you put
this
in those
is
shade
this is
colours on the
right for
top,
me. this is
when the
right.
recess
The
shades
teeny tiny
quite
ones, I
apparent
don't
when
know
you
that I'd
break
enjoy
out of that
painting them
recess.
enough to warrant just getting them for the sake
And
of
then
painting
likewise for
them.
Iron Warriors, glazing metallics and stuff.
And just
like
having
that
one or
sort of
two
poses other
teeny tiny
challenges.
tanks.
To sort of pair the two together, it's sort of quite a nice challenge for the guys to kind of
Just, yeah, I don't know.
have to figure out.
Well, Quinn, Dan, thank you so much for popping in and talking to us about the devastation of Talon. We can't wait.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, cheers. Now we're cooking. Another set of
Now we're
absolutely
cooking.
awesome releases and some really
Is that a
insightful
hint
stuff
towards
from the
a
studios on
plastic,
what's to come soon.
what
Very
is it,
exciting.
Macarius,
You know what happens now? We dive
flamey,
straight
what's
back
it
in
called?
with another announcement.
It's not. It's not that. Oh, we've got some new terrain. Okay. Over a century ago, something insidious was discovered lurking at the hive of... There we go, at the heart of Hive Secundus. The city was razed to the ground and the ruins declared quarantine extremis. It's the most extreme of the quarantines. Oh, there they are. There they are. I'm going to sneeze, so I'm going to mute. Oh, am I? No. No, I'm not. What is happening? Those look different and weird. I did sneeze. I muted though. I saved your life. What is... I don't recognise half this, and I don't know if it's because I've forgotten all the things that are in Necromunda or whether it's because there's a bunch of cool new stuff. It could be both. All I know is the messed up Genestealers are class. The big mechs are solid. What is going on? What is happening? I need the big mechs. I need them. The Underhells? Jesus.
This
Good
is
Lord.
on the
The
way. I'm joined by
Underhells.
Alex
Oh,
and
no,
Rob
he's blown
from
a
the
nose.
studio to talk all about
It's
the new
Rob.
setting.
I've met
Guys,
Rob.
welcome to the show.
Rob's lovely.
Yeah, no
Rob
worries. Absolute
is
pleasure
a
to have
really
you.
nice
So
guy.
let's start by delving into Hive
I played
Secundus. So
Rob,
where do we find ourselves in
And
this
Rob
new setting?
was
So
a delight.
Hive
A
Secundus
delight, gang.
used to be the second greatest hive
Oh
on
no! You know what?
Necromunda,
I'm gonna
only
have
just
to. You're
behind
gonna have to have the
Hive
royal
Pirates.
chair for a
It
second.
was
Royal
always
chair
the
for us, because I need
Renaissance
blowing
hive
up.
of Necromunda.
Nice.
And then the Hermiatus Magus came there when he was trying to cure the Genestealer curse. What he was doing was he was messing around with the genetics of the Genestealers, trying to find a way to reverse anything that they did, and basically protect all Imperial worlds from the Tyranids. Predictably, it all went a bit wrong.
As it does, it's 40k.
Exactly as it does.
You just know that someone will have joined just at that moment, and they'll have seen the the 20 and the 50 gifted subs, and they've gone.
Upon Necromunda.
I'm sorry.
And the cult
someone
second
gifted
son was
50
born.
memberships
Over
for
many years,
this
it
idiot
gradually built up
who's
in
just got a
secret
chair in front of the
until
camera.
open rebellion occurred.
You know-
and the
you know
Hive
that
turned
someone will have
against
done it.
The House of Hellmore. A
Okay.
decades-long war was
I think
fought for
let's
Secundus,
go
and the space
conservative
station
and
of
say
Necromunda, the Isle of Selene,
54.
was moved from its position
I've
directly
really
above Hive
I've really
Pirates
lost
to be
track
above
of
Hive
the pounds.
Secundus, at which point it unleashed all of the terrifying weapons upon the Hive itself. That created a huge
I'm
crater
really liking the look of
kilometres
this.
deep, and just flattened the earth and created also this whole almost different
Really
area
liking
called the Secundan
the
Abyss,
Secundan
with the ruins
Abyss.
of the cracked and destroyed Hive at the heart.
So good.
This was thought to have destroyed
It's so
Earth called
good.
the Second Sun and wiped
It's
the
time to get
Genestealers
into
off Necromunda.
Yeah, but this is
However,
the
there's
problem,
still a fusion
Christos.
zone set
I
up
think it
around
might be time to
called
get
the
into
Dust Wall,
Necromunda, but I've
and no
also
one
just
was
stated
allowed
how
to go
much
in.
I'm going to be in trouble when they
The
release
Patriarch
plastic.
did not die, but he was
Cult
horrifically
Mechanicum.
mutated and changed, leading
I
to
can't-
corrupted and malformed.
I can't do both.
Which is the mouth
I can't do
Genestealer.
both,
Now,
but-
spiders go in there
Oh,
and
welcome
hunt
in,
these
fantastic.
Genestealers.
So we got some Genestealers arriving too, as you mentioned, and we saw those in that.
Loving your
awesome
work,
video
thank you
there.
very
so
much.
Chat to us a little bit about what makes these so different from the pure.
And we
strains
still
that we're
had
a
the
bit more
issue
familiar with.
before, like when we went
Genetic code has
live,
been
getting a blue
tampered
screen
with,
of death.
which has led to mutations
What-
which
what-
have been
what am I-
exacerbated through the
what am I gonna do?
generations as well. They're
What am I gonna
still
do?
terrifying
This looks
opponents,
class.
Yeah.
but they are not at the same level of power, the same level of strength as a pure strain Genestealer.
Okay, and in terms of a design point of view as well, Alex, how did you?
And there was all the
guys
Skaven
go
stuff
about,
yesterday.
setting that up,
Oh,
sort of creating
God.
that kind of difference that we just heard about there.
For those Malstrain
The
Genestealer,
Malstrain
one of
Genestealers.
the main
I mean,
point
for a
was
start,
that
that's a great name. You know what? I'm going to turn the pan count off.
evolution
We know that it's
horribly
absurdly
wrong.
high, but
Right.
So
I'm like,
one of
I'm
the-
getting distracted.
One of
and
the aspects, okay, we need
I want
to
to
make
read
them
the
really
stuff.
more twisted,
Look at the
more
oh,
feral.
look at the
One of
carapace.
the main elements in the Tyranny,
The carapace looks great.
There's a certain symmetry in them.
They look
So,
so
one of the first things that we
twisted.
did, obviously, is break all of that. We broke
Just change
everything.
those rules, yeah, of
And
course.
so the way the models
Oh.
as all of them are really hunched, like the limbs and the finger on each side that
The limbs
don't
and
match.
finger.
They're really
Yeah, actually,
curved.
that's I
The
hadn't really
face,
picked up on
they are
that.
all twisted. All of them are slightly different.
Oh,
Some of the
man.
plate are like lifted.
weird,
you
like,
have
bug
some
eyes
boils,
they've
some
got.
bubbles, something,
Helped by
allowing
the
them to
really nice paint
stand
job as well, I
them
must say.
aside from the pure strains. Yeah, this
There's
is
some
how
nice,
the original form looks
there was
like.
some
This
nice,
is how that mutated
paint
and
on those
twisted
eyes.
form looks like.
Yeah.
And in the lore as well, this idea of like, because
Yeah, I
they
don't
are
know
so
why they
twisted
showed.
and
Well,
so
they showed
deformed,
they showed the
signal
normal
that
ones.
they send by to
but
the hive mind is so
I'm probably just a
distorting and so
comparison shot.
different that the hive mind is like, nope, we're not going there.
That's great. It's so great as well to hear
Spent
that. Like,
two
it must be
six
really
in
useful for you as a
3
designer as well to have that
seconds.
kind of juxtaposition, like something to go
Oh,
off. Like
God,
here's this
alright.
thing. This
So
kind
what are
of
we on now?
standard shape. how do
63,
you
we're on
break that and change
69.
that to create something else. So we've got some classic kits returning
Yeah.
as well. Can
All
you
right, I
tell
mean, I'll
us
put
a
it-
little bit
I'll
more
put it
about the
back.
Horus Spire?
Yes, well, the Horus Spire harks back to the early days of Necromunda and the Outland supplement, and it's bringing
Oh,
them
I
into
missed-
the modern
I
game
missed
of
the,
Necromunda. So the main thing now is they are all the signs
well,
of the
it's
Imperial
sort
House,
of-
so they are all part of House Helmore. In order to prove yourself worthy of taking on a position of authority and leadership within this great house, you have to prove your own personal prowess by going down into the depths of High
really like what they're doing with
in
this.
order to slay Genestealers and build your
Yep,
kill count
yep,
and show how
yep, the armour looks so
powerful
good.
and great a combatant
armour
you
looks so
yourself are
good.
against the toughest foes on Necromunda.
Yeah.
They go in there with the tech hunters from the Vansar,
Okay.
and that's quite a symbiotic relationship. That they both need each other to go down there.
I'm really
Because
liking
the
this bit
Vansar
of
are
like
desperate to go down there to plunder the riches and
like
the wealth and the
world
knowledge,
building they're doing
whereas
there.
the Spirers, they need to draw out
That's
the
really
Malthaean
fun.
Genestealers so they can actually attack them and kill them.
Okay.
And so it's sort of the
Here's the
tech
bait.
hunters are there as bait for them, or sort of
That's
here's some
great.
noisy humans
Yeah.
invading your home. Come attack them. So I can then go and attack them back.
Yeah.
And that's also reflected in the campaign of
77.
the
Thank
Spire
you.
and the Tech
Thank
Hunters.
you
Slightly
very
different
much,
things they're
Artie
trying
Shard,
to
for
achieve in the
keeping
game.
track of this for me.
But they're still
I'm just
need
getting
to
too
work
engrossed
together
in
or
it.
both will fail.
That's great. It's a fantastic relationship. So, Alex, chat to us a bit about, from a design point of view, how did you
I
guys
really
want
to see that
sort of
armour. I really
reimagining
want to see that
kind of
armour,
classic kit?
like
One of the
static and up
main
close.
thing
You know,
about those suits that we have in the lore, and that
I'm
they
looking
are
forward to that.
retrieved like, off-world by Helmore and like repurposed to be used for the nobles. And
So
so in
off-world
terms of their
repurposed.
design, the first thing that we
That's fun.
looked at is like to make them deliberately.
I was gonna say the armour's
strange,
interesting
not
because it seems
totally
super like
human.
rounded and
So
smooth, which
because
is
one of the
a
things
fun
that
choice.
The noble have to do to be able to wear those suits is they have to
Yeah,
go
look at
through
that.
heavy body modification to be able to go on those suits.
They have
As
to
you
go
can
through
see, some of
heavy
the models,
body
some of them have
modification.
their lower leg amputated. They have like their spine reinforced, bones are
Oh,
stretched. so
shit!
they
I
can
hadn't even
fit
really
into
noticed
those
that. Yeah.
armor.
So like they've had
So once
they
again,
have like
showing
parts
that
their limbs cut
it's
off
not
to
totally
fit them in the.
human or totally
in the
imperial if
suits.
you have to do that, right?
Oh.
And
Oh.
one of the other
Oh,
things
yes.
that we did to
Oh, yes.
represent that aspect
Yes, I'm liking
is we
I'm liking that
stepped
a lot.
away from more imperial shape, like those straight line, that hardness, or something,
Plus 4 pounds.
anything gothic, in favor of something more
They
fluid,
do look great,
more
though.
organic, even slightly insectoid.
That's really great that it sort of shares
I
the
would
same
love to know,
themes as the
like,
Genestealer
what
Cults in terms of,
specifically-
what
what specifically they were looking at
to
for-
create something sort of other. It's really, really
Like
interesting.
if there was an
There's a
army
certain
that they were looking
elegance
at
in
for the
one,
armour
while there's definitely
that they
something
took the
twisted and
inspiration
feral
from.
on the
Because
other
Necron
one.
stuff,
So, yeah,
Necron
two
stuff isn't
expression of
quite
the
as
same
rounded as that.
pattern,
It's
which
not
is
quite as
quite nice and
sleek.
unique.
Definitely.
Quite a lot of
Well, thank
Necron
you ever
stuff
so
is
much,
relatively
both of
clunky.
you for coming in to chat to us about
Or at
the
least,
new
like,
season
it's
of
skeletal,
Necromunda
but
High
it's not,
Secondus. It's
like,
been really great.
Outside of a
Thank
few
you very
choice
much.
units,
Thank
it's
you.
not.
No worries at all.
The styling is very different.
Well,
to
that is all we've got time for. What a show and what a series of announcements. A
Looks
great
like
big thank you
old-
to all
yeah,
the
you're
fabulous
right,
people
actually.
from our
Yeah.
Warhammer studios
It looks
for
like
talking
old
to us about
Necron
all the
stuff.
latest reveals. And a great big thank you to you for being with us. We hope you've enjoyed it just as much as we have.
Okay.
Remember to head to the
Are we
Warhammer
gonna get a little
community
teaser?
website if you'd like to
Gonna get a
find
little
out
teaser?
more.
I don't know
about
if we're
any
gonna get a
of the
little
upcoming
teaser.
releases. And don't forget to follow
We'll
us
have to
on
see.
all our socials
We'll have
to
to
keep up
see.
to date with all the latest news. Thanks again,
But-
and we'll see you next time on the Warhammer Preview Show.
We're going to go to the site in a sec and see if. Okay, yeah, it looks like that's what we've got. Oh yeah, wasn't there? Did they say kill team? I thought they said kill team was going to be in it. Hang on a second. Hang on. Let me go to the. Let me go to the old site there. Because I could have sworn. So we had what? We had Horus Heresy, we had Legions Imperialis, we had 40k, we had Necromunda. So actually, I don't think Kill Team was slated. To be fair, I don't remember seeing it on the picture. Mind you, I've got the thumbnail for this, haven't I? The thumbnail for this actual show. Yeah, so Kill Team was never listed on the logos. It was 4. We had 4 things, and we've had 4 things. Which, yeah, okay, right. Now, let's get looking at some suits. Let's get looking at some suits. We can turn off the pan thing. We'll get rid of that. Quite the number. Quite the number of pans. Oh, quite the number of pans. Look at it. Oh, yeah. Right. So, Hive Secundus, absolute hellhole. Helmore tried to retake the Hive. Went all badly wrong. Absolute disaster. And so now, what the... Did they show this? Did they show this in the... I didn't spot this guy in the video. I didn't spot this in the actual stream. Where was the demon baby in the stream? Did anyone else... Did we see that? I don't know that we saw that. Did we? Was I just being blind? I was very distracted. The little imp lad? The little demony imp lad? Where the hell? What's that from? Is that new? The little gargoyle baby? Is that new as well? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was not in the video. Maybe it's just hiding. So we've got 2 Horus Spire Hunters, a a little demon lad, 8 Vansar Tech Hunters, 6 Twisted Malstrain Genestealers, 4 Malstrain Tyramites. Okay, there's also 8 Plastic Brood Scum, made using the existing Hive Scum in combination with new heads. Interesting. Okay, so first up, we got the Tech Hunters. That is a badass weapon. That guy's got an absolutely quality weapon. Look at that. Also, the Vansar helmets are just... Oh, they're so good. They're so good. I mean, the Vansar as a whole look really cool. Partially because they just look so, like, alien to the 40k universe as a whole. They're just too technologically advanced, you know? They just look too... It's almost like they look too competent for the setting they're in. Which I know is probably a harsh way to put it, but... I feel like there's heavy kit bash potential for these, you know? Like, real heavy kit bash potential. These are really cool models. Yeah, so these look awesome. These look great. The cyborgs from Tiberians... Oh, that is a great shout. They do look like that. YouTube, I'm not inserting ads. Get out. I could, but I'm not going to. There'll be ads on the stream when it's finished, but I'm not putting them on now. Whilst people are watching live. Are you mad? No. Okay, as for the Genestealers, these aren't your run-of-the-mill pure strange. From their patriarch down, these guys have been changed by the destruction of Secundus. It's not even clear that Hive Mind would even want to pay them a visit at this point. Now this is... I would love it if I could get this in just the right spot for scrolling through. There we go. These are just flat out 10 out of 10. No notes. Let's go. I've already thought of a bajillion things that I want to use these for that's got nothing to do with Necromunda. They are so good. This is basically what I would do to Genestealers. I would give them weird, like, craggy deformities and stuff. I feel like I've been personally targeted here because of, like, this is very much my, this is very much, like, my, like, this is the kind of thing I love. I love this. I absolutely love this. I mean, I don't know, Burke. I don't know if they'd be too... I don't know if they would be that fragile, in all honesty. Maybe a bit, but they're really nicely placed. They're sticking up, so for the most part, they're not going to be too at risk, of getting trashed by anything. But yeah, this is a really, really fun little force. I like the variation on the heads as well. Like, it feels like the carapace has kind of got messed up in different ways on each one, which is fun. Also, things like that guy there, that lad there, is that like a gun mutation going on, or is it just fully missing a hand? Because that's horrifying. Or is that a little scythe claw that he's got? I think it's like a little scythe claw, which is also really grim. They're so like malformed and like twisted. Yeah, this is great. This is great. Absolutely 10 out of 10. And the little thingies, so these are the little, hang on, what were they called? 4 Malstrain Tyramites. So we've got 6 of the Genestealers. We've got 6 of the Genestealers, and then we've got 4 of these little floating, twisted eyeball freaks. It's his good hand. I'm just now what was it? Was it a Scary Movie that had a whole thing around that? Take my strong hand. Was it that film? God, that's a reference. Jesus. Yeah, I'm really liking this. I'm really liking this. So good, right. Then we've got the brood. I think you said brood freaks. I think it was brood scum, wasn't it? Scary Movie 2? I'll be honest, I hadn't consciously realised that there were 2, let alone that I'd seen 2. I like the weapons. The weapons are really nice. I mean, look at the terrible stock he's got on that lasgun. That is held together with hopes and prayers in it. Oh, just sawn off double barrel. Nice. Yeah, these are cool. These are fun. Them having the way they've altered the heads as well is really fun. Yeah. So there's 6 of the Malstrain Genestealers. It said 4 of the Malstrain Tyramites, which I'm assuming are the floaty things, and then there's 8 of these suckers. Yeah, these look great. These look great as well. Not as great as these, but to be fair, that is a high standard they've set right there. Okay, hang on. We've got the tech hunters, right? We can scroll through the tech hunters. Are you okay? There aren't any full all the way round shots of the armor, but we can get a good look at it. We just can't get it from every angle. So it looks like for these to get in one of these suits, right? One of these badass legendary suits of armor that look so good, so good. Also, again, someone went absolutely ham on the paint jobs here. This kind of green. Is it non-metallic metal or is it true metallic metal with a green sheen over it? I can't 100% tell. All I know is I love it. So it looks like to get in these, you have to have your lower legs removed. So above the knee, they remove the legs above the knee. I think you might have to. Do you have to have parts of your arms removed as well? And I think it kind of looks like once you're plugged in, you're plugged in. That's it. You're in. You're in there. You're not coming out of there. You're just going in. You know what? I was just about to say, didn't the guys in the heavy armor in in XCOM, didn't they have to go through like surgery?
Do I have a Mechanicum army already? Yes. Will I buy the new plastic ones?
Thank
Also
you very
yes.
much, Aaron. Yeah, it's gonna be rough, tempting, extremely tempting, and but then it's plastic. It's in plastic now. It's like no real justification. Yeah, but it's plastic now, so I need more. And yet, yeah, I mean, I really like these. They look absolutely fantastic. Super menacing, super alien. Again, not too like. They don't really look like anything else in 40k necessarily. I mean, just in the universe as a whole. I know Necromunda is its own game, but it's in the same way that the Van Saar stuff doesn't look like anything else in like the setting as a whole. Yeah, these are great, and it feels like there's something a bit Geiger about it, because the armor, like even though it's metal, it's got quite an organic feel to it. The way that it's shaped, like it feels very sort of carapace-esque, if that makes sense. But then there's like some really hefty, just industrial feeling stuff as well. So you've got this kind of more organic looking armor, quite like Geiger-esque armor. But then you've also got stuff where you can see like pistons and what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. But like kind of almost like pistons and stuff on the outside of the legs that make it look a bit more industrial, and you've got the claws, which are, again look quite organic for what they are, but then you've just got full-on weapons, like long range guns attached to the top of them, which again looks quite like Beetle-esque, a bit Amble-like. Yeah, there we go, Beetle-esque, Amble. You know, there's a bit of Ossiarch about it as well. Yeah, they're great. They're great. I'm really liking that. This is one of the things, right, where I feel like things like Necromunda, AOS, by extension Warcry, Underworlds, all that stuff, they kind of have a bit of an advantage when it comes to the model side of things, because it feels like Games Workshop is more willing to take risks, and they're more willing to step outside of comfort zones, and they're more willing to just go out there and try new things for those systems that they're not fully prepared to do for 40k. So you get stuff like this, which is great. I mean, hell, can you imagine? It's never going to happen. I would love it if it did. Can you imagine a whole Tyranid army with this aesthetic? Can you imagine? That would be insane. It would be so good. But I think if you just threw these into 40k and were like, they're messed up Genestealers, the overall response might well be, I don't want that. Or like, we've already got Genestealers, why have you given us this? But as a concept in and of itself, and the execution, it's really good. Okay, what else have we got? Why can't I go back? Oh, it's because I did it this way, didn't I? Okay. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to bother clicking that. So we've also got we got her there. She looks decent. Couple of weapon options. Oh, good. Hang on. So we've also got a mask option. That mask option looks pretty decent. That hair is... Get a refund for that. Yeah, overall the pose is decent. Quite like the pose. I think that... Oh, the halberd, like the big axe is cool. That chainsword is hilarious. Absolutely love that. Really like that. It's great. It's so massive. Yeah, I think it's a decent model. I mean, to be fair, the Sisters of Battle have got a really strong range anyway. So, I mean, a Canoness with a jump pack is always going to look good because the Seraphim look good. So, there's not a huge amount of contact, but, well, it's not too bad. That bit, I think that is probably stronger than it looks. That'll probably be quite a thick bit of scenery. But yeah, she looks good. yeah, we like her. We like her. Nice. And that battle force is hilarious. That's it. Absolute. I mean, I heard you wanted to fly. It's kind of tempting though. It's silly, but in an excellent way. Look at that. Look at that. Just the one tank. Buy 3 Seraphim, get an Exorcist for free. You buy one, you get one free. Yeah, no, I quite like that as a battle force. That is quite fun. Right. We've also got, oh yeah, Brain Lady. Brain Lady. Brain Lady's class. We love Brain Lady. We absolutely love Brain Lady. Brain Lady is top 10. Just in general. It's so gross. All the stuff plugged into the brain. Like, I kind of saw it before. Also, the way the metal bits, it's like they've had to build supports for the Giganto brain. It's like they had to build the supports for the Giganto brain just to hold it, which is really fun. Because, like, is it just growing out? It's just growing out of the back of her head, isn't it? It's not even growing out of the neck and the shoulders as well. It's just come out of the back of the head, and it's just gone up and back. So they've had to support all of the brain with like these big metal bars, and then you've got stuff plugged into it at the back, like all the wires plugged in, and the tail as well. Also, it looks like you got one normal foot, you got one Tyranid foot. You got a normal gloved hand, you've got an in-between hand, and then you've got a full-on Tyranid hand. Like, it's a fun model. It is a fun model. It's a really fun model. Yes, Thomas, we covered the AOS stuff at the time. Monday's going to be busy. Because I'm going to try and do a roundup of the AOS stuff. I'm going to try and do a roundup of all of this. And we're also going to stream. We're going to watch that battle report that they did. The live battle report. We're going to watch that. We can do a little watch party for it. I want to say watch party, I mean we're going to stream watching it and probably despair. Not sure when yet. Might be in the evening. We might do an evening one so more people can see it. Okay, finally. Oh, man. Oh, God. I mean, if it's a battle group, that means it's going to be available for a while, right? No, but there's no thingy in there. So we've got the Thalax in there, and what were they called? Okay, so we've got the Thalax. What were these lads? These lads were the Ad Secularis Tech Thralls. Okay, so I think Tech Thralls was what they were called before. Is Ad Secularis a new term? I'm not sure. The Triaris Armored Conveyor is a solid kit. When are they going to bring back the Explorator? When is that going to show up in plastic? I always forget what these are called. The Castellax, that's it. But it's not just those, because we're also going to be selling the Thanatar. And the Thanatar is... It's one of the best things I've ever made. Okay, so they've always been the Secularis. Fair enough. Are these chunkier than the resin ones? The Thalax, right? Is it just me? Are these chunkier? Is it just that? No. I don't. I feel like in the upper body, like the shoulders, I feel like there's just more girth going on there, isn't there? The legs look the same to me. The legs look pretty much the same, but the upper body especially, I think there's like extra heft been put in there. Like, it seems really, really chunky on this one. Like, these two specifically. I don't know whether it's because they've got wider helmets, maybe, or wider heads. But I feel like the shoulders are a bit wider, too. That's interesting. That's super interesting. Big, wide range of weapons as well. This is the thing, I'm not that familiar with the loadouts and stuff in the Horus Heresy, to be honest. I vaguely, yes, Converse. This is Horus Heresy stuff. Like Space Marines get what Space Marines get. It's not that dissimilar to what they get in 40k. There's a bit more interesting like archaeotech and stuff, but overall it's like a bolter is a bolter, and a missile launcher is a missile launcher, and a las cannon is a las cannon. And there is things like Volkite and the occasional like rarer weapon, but for the Mechanicum, for instance, like clearly melter, plasma, but like these, I'm not sure what either of those are. I'll be honest. Yes, Cyril, this is plastic Mechanicum. They're doing it. They're doing plastic Mechanicum, which is a real issue for me personally. It's a real issue for me personally, because I want plastic Mechanicum. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah. I mean, they look solid. They look solid. Oh yeah. Also, you could totally proxy these. You could totally proxy these for 40k stuff. Absolutely, 100%. Like these lads could totally stand in for the what are they called? I've totally forgotten the name of them. Sekitari? No. I think that's a version of them, isn't it? What are the just the normal infantry in the AdMech? Skitari, thank you. God. I totally blanked on that. It's like the easiest one to remember out of all of them, and I got it wrong. Like you could totally get away with this. You could totally get away with this if you wanted to use them in both. Surely. I love the zombie feel of these. Like the way the legs are all twisted in. The poses. It's just so dark in a great way. Looks absolutely great. Also, I've just realised I'm using like a real ale pint glass for water. Or is it vodka? It's water. Yeah, these look fantastic. I mean, they are basically zombies. They're like tech zombies. They've had all the like brains scooped out, wiped clean, and then they've just been given a job. Which effectively, half the time, is walk forwards and shoot at thing that not ally, and that's pretty much it. So it's appropriate that they're just shuffling along, being basically portable weapon batteries with living stuff on it. It's great. They look awesome. Really nice. I mean, the Triarus Armoured Conveyor is a solid-looking tank. It always has been. I'm loving that this is going to be plastic. Absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. I mean, it's such a great-looking vehicle. I'm trying to work out if there's, like, extra details on this one that aren't on the resin one, but I don't think so. Although I feel like there's more going on up here. I feel like there's a couple of weapons up here that I don't remember seeing on the resin one. I mean, it's class because it just looks like a train with tank tracks on either side of it. Oh, it's so good. So good. Always loved this thing. Always loved it. What I really want is that macro, what is it called? The macro Carrot Explorator? The one that they sold for like 4 months and then the mold broke or whatever it was and then it never came back. I really want to see that. But this will also do. The Mechanicum stuff is just so out there. It's great. They have got, I mean, okay, slight tangent, because I think Plebiscite brings up a good point here. So, with the two previews of the last 2 days, they've been quite short, right? They've been really short, in fact, compared to what they used to be. Used to be an hour-long show, etc., etc. I mean, they kind of cut it down to just business. The amount of just vamping and kind of, well, what's your favourite thing about all the things we're going to see today? And then the obvious answer being, well, my favourite thing is all of the things that we've seen, because I'm contractually obliged to say that everything we do is brilliant. Like, they've cut down on that by a huge degree. So really, we're just getting the business end of stuff, which is not necessarily a bad thing. The only bad thing for me personally is that we have to go back to the site in order to get really clear looks at the miniatures. If they cut out a lot of the fancier camera moves and stuck with giving us some proper images of the models whilst they're being talked about, as opposed to really like homing in on doing like pull focus and, you know, panning and dolly shots and all of that stuff, then I think it would be pretty much there. I mean, the production value on the previews has gone up. It just has. The tone is totally different though. Losing the live commentary side of things, having it be so heavily scripted with interviews, it does feel very different, but the production value overall is actually better. I think there's just a balance. There's just a balance to be found, isn't there? Anyway. It is the Kallax, isn't it? Yeah, the Kallax. I do quite like these, to be fair. And I've really wanted to use these for conversions. Like a lot. Like, I've had ideas for stuff, and I've not wanted to drop the cash on the resin, because I always find resin harder to convert and kit bash anyway. But if they're going to be available in plastic, that opens them up to a lot of fun things that I've wanted to do for ages. But yeah, they do look really cool. They do look really cool. Their sort of buzzsaw weapons are brutal, and I love them. They look fantastic. Also, just a big old clamp. Just a big old clamp on that one. And the shoulder-mounted weapons look super threatening. Super threatening. Look at the heft. Look at the length. Look at the length on that. Does it say what shoulder-mounted bot cannon, multi-melter, or dark light cannon? Is that what that is? A dark light cannon. Yeah, bolt cannon, multi-melter, dark light cannon. What the hell? I don't know what that does, but it sounds cool. Well, I say it sounds cool. Maybe cool's an overstatement. It definitely sounds. 2 Mechanicum contract transfer sheets, yeah, fine. But then, really, gang, this is it. This is the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme, the Thanatar, which is one of my favourite things that Games Workshop has ever produced. It is so good, so good, and soon it will be in plastic, which means I'm gonna get one. I don't care if I mean, this is one of those models where I don't care if I never use it. The minute it's available in plastic, I'm having it. I'm gonna do something with it. I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna love every second of it. It's so good. The chunk, the girth, the absolute heft on this lad. The big old whatever this is. The little skull poking out under there, under the chest. The clamp hands. Yes. I've just thought, did we see in the video the massive fist option? Did we see that? I don't know if we saw it. Was the video up here? Okay. I'm going to go in here, mute that. Let's have a quick look. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if we saw the big fist option. Now, if we did see the big fist option, fantastic. If not, it's a shame. But I was too busy, like, feeling my wallet start to cause panic-like issues. It's not like it's just got like a big, like, I don't know, like rectangle on the end of the arm. What's it called? Mass driver. Is it the mass driver? Just the big block. He's got like a big block on the end of the arms instead of having the clamps. I'm going to have to find it so you know what I'm talking about, aren't I? Okay. That's the Kallax. I'm skimming. There's a lot of talking. There's a lot... I think that's Clamp. I think that's Clampy Lad. I think that's the Clampy Lad. Yeah, that's the Clampy Lad. Alright, I can't see it there. I can't see it there. Maybe it will be a two kit option. Maybe it will. Are we gonna have to... Okay, we're gonna have to brave the website. I hate to do this to you, gang. I really do. I really hate to do this to you because you know this is going to be painful. But I really want to double check what it is. So I want to go Horus Heresy. I want to go Forces of the Cult Mechanicum. Wait, okay, Mechanicum. Knights at the top. More knights. More knights. Any chance? Okay. Let's keep going down. They're probably out of stock, like everything else. When are we going to get the Myrmidon Alright. If they're redoing the whole range, plastic Myrmidons at some point? Plastic Myrmidons? I mean, come on. Come on. We've got to have plastic Myrmidons at some stage. These are incredible as well. I'm not using the search function. The search function's garbage. There's no guarantee that the search function will return anything close to what I want. I'm not having that. It sucks. Wow, I made the joke about how it's probably out of stock like everything else, and it is half the goddamn range is out of stock. This one. Yeah, this one. The Thanatar Calyx. So this one is what? The Thanatar Kavas. Okay. But this is the other one that I really, really want. Because that thing right there, the big fist. Quality, the big fist. Love the big fist. Also, no Domitar. I mean, they're probably going to do all of this. I assume. I assume that like the rest of this is going to show up. That they'll do the Domitar and they'll do the Ursarax and what's the other one? The little spider lads. What are they called? Not spiders. They're like little insect, little bug lads, little bug idiots. I can't remember what they're called. I don't know how else to describe them. These, the Vorax. They look like bugs. I don't know what you want from me. They look like bugs. That's the best you're getting. Terrible description. terrible description. They look like bugs. That's it. Yeah, I mean, if they're doing all of these, if they're doing all of them, it's early days. It's early days. But, yeah, it's early days, but I really hope we get the rest of the mechs. Like, the different Thanatar variations would be solid. That would be great. Like, if we get the Ursarax in there. Oh, okay, the Silax. Yeah, those, again, so creepy and weird. The Domitar is fantastic as well. Like, there's so much in there, you know? There's so much in there. But for now, this lad will do. This lad will do. Can you see that? Can you see that light on my face? I'm being, like, the light is just perfectly reflecting right into my eyes. Oh, I'm getting blinded by it. Oh, no. Okay, I've got to stand in. I've got to sit here with my hand up. Okay, no, if I move forward a little bit. Ow. I can't read the chat. I've got a bunch of, like, spots in front of my eyes. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, plastic Myrmidons don't have moulded rocks at the bottom of the moulds like the resin ones. Ugh. Oh, do they? Do they really? Why? That's garbage. Wait, hang on. Hang on a second. The things they're standing on are moulded in. You what? That's... What an insane decision. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Oh, thank you very much, Michael R. Upgrading the membership to Cultist. Legend. Loving your work. Yeah, this is, yeah. I think this has been quite a good reveal. Admittedly, not a huge amount for 40k. And also, no, say it with me, gang, because this is a rarity. This is a rarity. No Space Marines. No Space Marines. Not one. Not one. 0 Space Marines. Can you believe it? Did you ever think you'd see the day? Did you ever think you'd see the day where there was a Warhammer 40k preview? No Marines. I mean, technically, Imperialis, but I'm not counting that. There's no full-size Space Marines. And besides, we're talking 40k. We're talking 40k. Famously, Imperialis, not 40k. Famously, Imperialis is in fact only Heresy, which is quite a big part as to why no one I know really plays it. Yeah, but Sisters are cooler than Space Marines, so they're allowed. They're allowed to have power armor. Old World is still waiting on Dowie to drop before any next reveal. Oh, I mean, wouldn't it be nice if Chaos Dwarf showed up? So, if you've joined, then it should be under your membership perks, Michael, on the channel. So there should be a See Perks thing, and then there should be a link to the Discord. Legion Imperialis Space Marines are the only ones I collect. That is, for some reason I feel like that's like an absolutely pro move. And I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know what I initially thought, right? Okay, clearly the best thing is the Necromunda stuff that we saw. Clearly that's the best, because like, not the Necromunda. I thought the best thing was.
This is nice and all, but how's Barry doing?
I'm not gonna lie, I still can't find him. I still can't find Barry. I've lost Barry. Barry's been gone a while and I just can't find him anywhere. Thank you very, very much for the 10. Thank you. But I don't know where he is. I haven't got a clue. And it's really bad because he's got to be around somewhere. Like he was like right in front of me on a shelf up there. Like I could see him the whole time. At some point I moved him. I think I moved him up onto there at some point. But one day I went to get Barry to stick him on the chair to do a bit for a video, and I just couldn't find him. Just couldn't find him anywhere. And he's just never resurfaced. But the thing is, I've never at any point actively tried to get rid of or hide Barry. He just vanished. He just vanished into the ether. I don't understand how or why. But it's devastating. I want Barry back. That's what I want. I want Barry back. Yeah, maybe he did. Maybe he did find the purple paint. He fell in it and then he's just become invisible. Oh, thank you very much, Twisted Nightmare. Welcome in. Yeah, I've got no clue. But it's really getting on my nerves. Like, it's actively annoying me that I can't find him. Because I liked having Barry around. He was funny as a little, like, channel mascot. See, this is the thing, Orion. I have, like, gone behind all the like the shelves. I've gone behind there. I've like gone under the desks. No sign of him at all. Just no sign of him. He's. I think he's left. I think he's actually left. I think he got fed up on my shit and left. Just walked out the door. Never looked back. Just gone. Barry's just gone. I don't like it. I want him back. I want Barry back. But no. Hiding in one of the two hollows. The semi-hollow and the acoustic. I mean, he could be. I'm pretty sure I'd like hear him as I was playing him. But yeah, what was I before we got distracted with tales of Barry's absence? Yeah, I think initially it was like, okay, well, clearly the Thanatar, that's got to be the best thing. It's got to be the best thing. Plastic Mechanicum, real wallet problems, real bank account emergencies going on right there. But then they showed off the Necromunda stuff, and frankly, the Necromunda stuff was just so good. So good. Now, luckily, realistically, of the Necromunda stuff, the Twisted Genestealers, absolutely love them. And the big robot armor. Those are the things that I really, really liked. Could get hold of those. Without having to buy the whole box. But the Plastic Mechanicum, that's an issue. That is its own issue. It's its own severe issue. But yeah, I think because those creepy malformed Genestealers were so like my kind of thing, they just leapt right to the top of the pile. They just leapt right up there. I just couldn't believe how much they'd nailed the sort of aesthetic that I really like. Super sort of like eldritchy. Imagine being the sculptor of the Sisters Jump On and being happy with your work and then hearing your model is being announced next to the Necromunda Madness. I mean, to be fair, I think I'm not entirely sure how they share out like the sculpting and stuff, but I feel like multiple people work on different things. You'd be having a great day if you were someone who worked on the Necromunda stuff and you also worked on converting the resin stuff for Cult Mechanicum to plastic. What a great day that would be. You'd be like, oh my god, this person's a legend. They've done so much good stuff in such a short amount of time. Yeah, I mean, we do need Barry back. I've just got to find him. I will find him. I will. One day. It's true, the Mechanicum stuff won't be in 40k, but you can totally proxy it. Like, I'm sure there's like equivalent sizes and stuff. I'm sure people would let you. And if they don't, why play with them? You know? I want dual-wielding gun Space Marine cowboy models. I mean, if you want dual-wielding guns, what you really want is Genestealer Cults. Heresy is also the cooler game anyway. We're gonna start a fight. There's gonna be fighting. They could just get their internal politics sorted out. Some models can simply pull double duty when it makes sense. That's a big ask. That's a big ask. You can't be asking that. Come on, let's keep things sensible. Let's keep things real. let's really focus in on what is and is not possible at Games Workshop. Now I'm wondering what the next thing they're going to reveal is. Do you think they're going to show anything on Monday? Or do you think they're going to be like, we've given them quite a lot. We've given them a fair amount. I mean, to be honest, that would make things easier for me, because God knows I've already got enough stuff to record on Monday with 2 roundup videos and stream. That might be a bit much, mightn't it? Shall I just do one video on a stream and then do the other one on Tuesday? That's pretty more sensible, isn't it? I've got to be really smart about how I manage my my time and my energy, because if I push myself too far, my neuralgia flares up and it destroys me. So it might be a good idea to pace myself a bit more than that, you know. Mechanicum and Auxilia stuff together can make some cool kit bashes. Yeah, that could be fun. Yeah, overall, pretty solid that one, I think. Pretty solid. I mean, to be fair, the AOS one was good as well. It was just so short. So short. Like really short. They'd showed off like the contents pretty much by like the 15-minute mark. So it was a bit, I don't know. I don't think it was necessarily bad, although apparently it did go downhill later on, which is, you know, what we're gonna what we're going to take a look at. But yeah, it does feel weird to have things wrapped up as smoothly as they've had them. Like, not having those like pauses and stuff where it's like, oh, we're waiting for the next thing. We've got like 10 minutes to fill. Waiting for the next thing to come up. What do you like about this thing? Oh, now it's time to go to the next thing. It feels very weird comparatively to have it all planned out and smoothly edited and transitioned and so on. So from what I've heard, you know what? Let me get it up because we are gonna take a look at this on Monday. So let's get. Why can't I see any of the videos? Okay, there we go. So where was it? What time was it? It was Age of Sigmar, Realms Reforged, so on and so forth. Okay. So if we go partway through, right? You got the trailer? Got a big old trailer there, yeah? After this, there is going to be, because they showed this already, a big old wrestlers playing Spearhead match. And I have heard from a few people that it was not the best. That it could have been just a little bit better. Oh, it's just that on loop, so now I've got to try and... Okay, that's... Please tell me they didn't just play this video on loop for like 20 minutes. Okay. Are we at the... Oh, Jesus, come on. Okay, we've got commentators here. This is just turning into a sneak preview, isn't it? So, what are they saying? So we've got Paul and Adam.
My man. First up, who have we got?
Alright, fine. Cool.
We have Kip Sabian. Come on!
Oh, let's mute that. Alright. So we've got... It's Kip... Is it Kip and Claudio? Claudio? That's immediate... That's... Oh, no. That's... There's no one... Why have they got... Why don't they have anyone in the room with them? It's empty. Get an audience in. You've got wrestler... The whole... Oh, my... I'm immediately... This is instantly, like... You've got talented performers, half of whose, like, career is talking out loud and being entertaining to a crowd. And they haven't got a crowd in the room. There's like 8 people in there that aren't staff. There's a massive hall. That's a massive hall. Why isn't there more people? Get more people in. Why did they not like advertise it at the time? Did they not try? Okay, that's already like. That's already
it's obvious, and I can't wait to see them with those new models coming here.
Okay.
But that's not a
okay. I mean, great outfit. I'm already thinking that the people who are bringing the most energy to this are the wrestlers. The lack of people in the room is so devastating. Why did they not get more people in there? Good entrance. Excellent entrance. I'm liking that. I'm liking the entrance. The entrance is good. They're like playing it up as though there's loads of people there. That's professional right there. That's extremely professional what they've done. Okay, fair play. Fair play. Handing the prop off and the guy pretending it was super heavy. Fair play. That is quite funny.
What a display. Look at that.
That is quite funny. I do like that. Like, clearly they're bringing the energy.
Oh,
they're bringing the energy to it.
Here. Indeed. Absolutely.
The thing is, everything else has got to match the energy.
Skaven Tide rising up to,
I mean, it is at the Dallas Open. Was everyone else just on their lunch, or like had they gone home? Like, what time was the preview in Dallas? I can't remember.
4 rounds of the new Spearhead rule set. It's going to be a very exciting show.
Yeah, you get to see some of that the first
Okay,
thing from the preview
round-
here. We're going to see some of those models in action, some of the preview come to life here.
Are you...
Indeed. As you can see,
Who was right? Who was responsible for 1. Camera placement? Why is it on the wonk? Why is the camera placement on the wonk? It's not straight on. 2. Who was supposed to colour balance this? Look at this. Why is it blue? Why is it blue and grey? Why is it... Who looked at that? Who looked at that feed and went, yeah, that's what this looks like in real life? Who did it? It's so washed out. Oh my god. What are they lighting it with? Have they got a blue light? Because like even if I switch the right, I've got an LED here that's got colour temperature on it. Even if I go full, just pure blue light, right? It's just white. I'm still not that washed out. And I've got a cold light on one side over there, cold light in front, cold light behind. Who? Oh my god! What the fuck? All right. Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh my god. I would have to... Right. How much work does it take for me to make my camera look that bad? How much work do I have to do to make my camera look that bad? Can I even do it? Can I even make it look that rough? Okay, let's get some colour correction on the go. I'm going to try and match. So... Okay, they haven't touched the gamma, probably. Let's just set that back to default. Even if I change the hue... Oh, maybe I can make it that blue. Okay, I can almost make it that blue. There we go. There we go. I've managed to match the colour balance. I've managed to match the colour balance that they've got on their camera. There we go. Look at that. You can do it. How? Why did they do it? Oh my god. Oh, terrible. Right. Jesus. Alright, okay. You know what? If it's all like this, I'm not watching anymore. We're going to do this tomorrow. Because I'm not... If it's all like this, and it goes on for... Okay, 1 hour 20. 2 hour 20... Oh, what? It's 3... 3 hours? No, 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours. 2 hours. Jesus, I thought it was 3 hours long for a second there. It's 2 hours. It's 2 hours. Alright. It's not quite as bad as I thought it was. Jesus Christ, though. No, seriously. Seriously. Straight, like, first impressions, initial impressions, this is wild to me. Who did they hire to do this? Like, Okay, we're not gonna... We're not going into it. We're not going into it now. We're not going into it now. We're not going into it now. I just want to point out, I'm an idiot. I'm a schmuck. I'm bad at making things. I'm bad at making videos. My videos are not, like, production quality wise, nowhere near what Games Workshop, as a company, a large company with vast amounts of money and a professional video team, what I make is nowhere near the standard of theirs. And yet, I would put it to you that right now, my colour balance is infinitely better than whatever this is. I put it to you that right now, this space here, it's fine. This is the colour that I am. If you meet me, if you happen to bump into me out there in the real world, in real life, and you see me, you will see this. You'll see this. This is what you'll see. It's nothing special, but it's all I've got. Do you know what you won't see? if you bump into me in real life, you won't see this. This is not what you'll see in real life. Absolutely wild. Crazy. Okay, I'm going to go back a bit so it saves the progress, and yeah, we will 100% go over this tomorrow. I really hope it gets better. I really hope it gets better. I'll also make sure I've got my headphones on as well so that I can actually hear what the commentators are saying and stuff. Because it could be salvageable. It could be salvageable. It depends. But we'll have to do that tomorrow. I'm not doing that now. Because those will be here for hours. Colour corrected by Ray Charles. Oh, man. Man. I just... That's honestly blown me away. That has actually fried my brain. That has destroyed me. Just like watching it for 30 seconds and I'm in ruins. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna look at those cool Tyranids again quickly, and then I'm gonna go. Oh Jesus! Right, show me the cool Tyranids. Take me back to paradise. There we go. There we go. There we go. Look at them. Look at them. Look at the lads. Look at them go. See, this is horror done right. What we just saw was horror done wrong. This is horror done right. Oh man. So, I can't. You know when you find something funny, but you don't know whether you find it funny for the right reasons? I'm there. Oh yeah, they look great. They look so good. So good. So good. And then you've got these. Then you got these. Just chef's kiss. Absolutely top tier. Top work. Top work. The scenes. The scenes, gang. Right. Oh my god. So. I will do it. Oh, done right. Come on. What have you missed? You've missed all of it, Dunra. You've missed all of it. I'm literally about to turn it off because I'm really tired. I never actually recovered from the stream on Friday night because I slept really badly afterwards, so I'm still knackered. But I am going to stream again on Monday, so I'm not sure what time it'll be yet. You'll see a scheduled stream go up so that you'll know when it's going to happen. But yeah, we will. We're going to go through that. We're going to go through that battle report. We're going to try and stick it out. We're going to try and stick it out. See what it's like. See what happens. And, yeah. Mad. They reuse the white balance from looking at King Charles' new portrait. Oh, God. I'm kind of upset at myself for spoiling myself. In a way, I shouldn't have looked at it. I shouldn't have looked at it because the second viewing is not going to be as good as the first. But I was curious, and I mean now though, to be honest, now I know it's worth doing because I wasn't sure. But now I've seen that, I've got to know. The morbid curiosity has got me. I've got to know if it gets better. I have to know. I have this deep-seated need to know what happens. I'm assuming it stays bad, but. You never know. You never know. We'll see. Ridiculous. Right. If you've got anything to say, now is the time. If you haven't, then I will see you on Monday for a video and a stream. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you very much for having gifted subs. Thank you again to Lugubrious Crumhorn for the incredibly generous 70 gifted membership, which is insane. Thank you so much. Thank you as well, Chris A, for the 5 gifted. You are wonderful and brilliant, and I will see you on Monday.